Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at another book here. This is a little bit of an older one. This is Ma.K in SF3D Archive, Volume 1. So when did this book come out? I actually don't know. 2010, 2011, looks like, maybe from the dates there at the bottom. Featuring some Max Watanabe and Ko Yokoyama works here in this book. Obviously a Ma.K book, so looks like it's going to be some pretty cool stuff. Basically, I just got this for inspiration. For when I want to refer to maybe some interesting color schemes. There's also some tips in here, some like behind the scenes or some work in progress kind of pictures and things like that as well. So you can get some interesting ideas about some tips in here as well. I just want to take a look at this bit here on the back as well, where it shows related works, some other books about Ma.K. Now this one we have taken a look at before. That would be the Ma.K Modeling Book 2. We also took a look at Ma.K Modeling Book 1, if I remember correctly. I think we did look at both of those. But this is the one that I want to try to find. So if any of you guys have this book and you're willing to part with it, or if you ever see one for under $100, then let me know, because this is the SAFS book there is the one that I'm trying to find for a reasonable price, but it's pretty pricey. So let's just take a look through some of the stuff in here. We're not going to look through every single page, but you guys should be able to at least get an idea of what you're going to get in this book here. So you can see some of the contents when these builds are from 2010, and up through 2011. So it looks like maybe one build per month or something. And it's all going to be in Japanese, of course, so using a translator app or something on your phone will be helpful if you want to try to read through this. It's going to be a bit of a process, but if you're interested, then it should be worth your effort. Here's a brief history of Maschinenkrieger here, and it looks like we got the boys up there, Ko and Max there themselves. So there's that. Right off the bat, we've got one of my favorites. Here is the Lunadiver Stingray. Really cool kits. We've got, this is in 1/35 scale. Not too long ago I actually got this kit, so I need to get around to building this. I'm actually thinking about maybe building this soon for a certain kind of event, but we'll talk about that more later. And here you can see an example of what I was talking about work in progress photos. So you can see like some of the painting process. We're doing gloss black first and then like going to white from that. So it'll be quite a process, but it should give you a really stark contrast there for doing your like pre-shading on that, or it's just kind of highlighting actually, but it'll give you the look of pre-shading and then doing all the painting on that. And then this would be another version. Actually, a kit of this version of it came out recently. As far as I know, nothing really all that different, but it's just kind of different colors. And I think this kit didn't come with the 2 SAFS in there as well. Anyway, I think the name of that was Operation Dynamo, I want to say was the name of that particular one. Here's another version of the Stingray here. Then we get into some classic SAFS here. So again, it's just great for checking out some color schemes, decal schemes, things like that. Hey, imitation is the greatest form of flattery, as they say. So if you want to get some good practice in, figure out some different color schemes and painting techniques and decal techniques, it's always good to just start off by just copying what the pros do, and then you can kind of learn from there. So a lot of really cool builds in here, including some nice painted pilot figures in here as well. It's really cool artwork down here as well as some 3D renders. So that's really awesome to see some of the original artwork there. The Super Jerry, a kit that I'm actually not really all that particularly fond of. I don't really like the look of this one quite as much. A lot of Ma.K stuff for me, it's kind of, I love it or I'm just not really into it at all. This is one that I'm just not really quite as into. It's not bad, but there's a few of them that I just really don't really care for too much at all. But again, still a lot of really cool stuff to see there. Either way, you can still get an idea of some cool color schemes and work in progress photos, things like that. And again, tons of text. You can just translate that and read through that if you want. Going through everything here with a translator app and all that is going to take forever, so I don't know if it might be faster to just learn Japanese maybe. But then we're getting to the Falke, another classic. This is another one of my favorite ones. Really cool design. This is pretty awesome. He made like a custom gun with like the kind of cartoon style flag just comes out of the gun. Instead of it shooting something, it just comes out a little flag there with a little cartoon bomb. That's pretty awesome. Here we got kind of a little bit more desert kind of color scheme there, it looks like, and a little bit more one kind of similar to the color scheme that I painted on my Hygog a couple years ago. I got the classic skull design there on the rooftop. So I'm not sure which particular rooftop this is, but Just looks like an outdoor photo session there on the rooftop, so that's fun. This may be just like an interview or conversation there between the two of them, so you're talking about some different things. The Melusine. This one, another particular design I'm not quite as into. The gigantic dome and backpack piece of that is just a little bit too odd looking for me. It looks like something more out of like kind of like Robbie the Robot from like a 1950s or somewhere around that era kind of robot design. But hey, that is the kind of general aesthetic of a lot of this stuff, so it fits. Anyway, a lot of really cool different color schemes for that particular kit. Very iconic Max style painting scheme there on that one. He's still doing that. A whole bunch of different pilot heads there, so you can get a lot of different ideas for those there as well. And then the variation first part here, the SAFS type Raccoon. So the Raccoon version of the SAFS, so a little bit different equipment on there. It's got that forward camera. And I think that laser cannon, I want to say, up there on the top. I'm not entirely sure about that. Don't honestly know a lot about the like backstory and everything here that goes into these, to the whole Machine and Krieger history. And over here, the later part, the Fireball and Prowler. Really awesome designs. These are probably a couple of my favorites, I gotta say. These are probably the most like well-known, I think, when we think about SAFS. When you think about coming, the original one and the Raccoon and Prowler are probably some of the most recognizable, maybe some of the most common ones. So you got the classic space white there, of course, and some other different color schemes for here. We got a Kröte over here, and some other different ones. They're getting into the section all about the Kröte. So I like how this book is separated into kind of sections, basically chapters, like for each of the different designs. So it's kind of focused instead of just having like random bits here and there, or just having like an entire section about just one build of the Kröte. So here we have like the Kröte chapters covering a bunch of different color schemes and different ideas for that particular model. And who is making a cameo here? Oh, it's none other than our boy Paint on Plastic Lincoln Wright himself. There he is. I was wondering if he was going to be in here or not, and lo and behold. If you guys are unfamiliar with Lincoln's channel, I do highly recommend you check it out. It's a lot of really great stuff on there. He has a long history with Machine and Krieger stuff, but you know, he has a lot of really good information just about modeling in general to share with you guys, so I highly recommend you check out his channel. Getting into some Kröte, and I should also say that I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm just kind of going off how I would read that, but anyway, we've got the Ma.K Kuster and Super Kröte variants here. This looks like some different kind of armaments basically on that. All really great stuff. Just all the different colors and kits here are just great for all the different color schemes. I've said that a lot of times, I know, but man, that's what I love about these books. So here we have the Grover Hound, or Grosser Hound. Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, you guys told me that that's pronounced Grosser Hund, Altair. Anyway, this is a pretty cool design. It's definitely one of the more unique ones, but I like this one as well. It's pretty interesting. It's got a whole bunch of those, and then more other fun stuff. Some really nice, interesting photography there using the kits. The AFS. Here we go, where you can actually see the pilot in there. It's not a like fully covered suit. So we got a bunch of these. I think this would be the polar bear type there, and yeah, just tons of these. Looks like some other kind of publication stuff. SF3D Chronicles. The Raptor, another really cool design. Really like the Raptor as well. Not too dissimilar from just the standard SAFS, but a little bit different. It has this little kind of a bit different shaped dome on the top of there. So that's pretty cool. Another skull design there. Really like that. I don't know if I've seen a color scheme quite like that before with like the separate white arm on there, but that's really cool. I quite like that one. This one I think was just like a resin kit only. I think it's called the Elefanten or something. Basically, I imagine it's basically just whatever elephant is in German, as far as I know. But I've seen the resin kit of that. Not really into that particular design either, but just worth noting. And we have this tank. What was the name of this tank? I forget at the moment. The Nutcracker, something anyway. Really not a fan of that one either. It's pretty weird looking, but anyway. Last few bits here, just a few more kits. That's a pretty unique one. It's all decked out with kind of what looks to be a Hatsune Miku racing type scheme of just tons of decals on that, it looks like, basically. I don't think that that's hand painted, I wouldn't say. Imagine that's just a really elaborate layout of decals. And a nice set here of the Luna Diver, and then just a bunch more here at the end. So at a glance, it looks like these are maybe just submissions from other people. So maybe some people who submitted their builds to be featured in the book here. So that's why I would guess that these are just picked for that. So a lot of those. That's pretty awesome for those people. And that is it. So yeah, pretty awesome book. That is it for this book, guys. If you have questions or comments, leave those down below. Like I said, I am still looking for that particular book, but any more of these books that I get in the future, I'll be sure to share with you guys. Love having these and checking them out. Hope that was interesting for you all as well. Hope you have a great day and you're feeling a little bit inspired now. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.